Hi guys, welcome to Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out when are you going to find love again. This reading is especially for those who are brokenhearted, might be on the verge of giving up on the very idea of love. I hope this reading can help you. So for the first group, I have this brown stone, the green stone for group 2, and this blue stone over here for group 3. So feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all three, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi group 1, so for those of you who chose the brown stone, first let's see the timing part a little bit. When are you going to find love again? So the card that came out for you for it was communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So right off the bat, Spirit wants you to keep one thing in mind, that the key to any healthy relationship is communication. I think in your previous relationship, this might have been the one element that was missing. There might have been gaps in communication, or there was never any proper heart-to-heart conversations. You never really got the answers that you were seeking, things like that. So going forward, you should always keep in mind that if someone is not able to hold a proper conversation with you, or is not, different people have different styles of communication, but as long as it is happening, it's good. So I would say that this should be one of the aspects of whatever benchmark you've set for yourself. And as far as the timing is concerned, the new moon in Gemini that's going to happen in 2022 is, I believe, in May. So if you're watching this reading in March 2022, something can happen within or in May 2022. But since this reading is otherwise timeless, so if you find this video after 2022 or May 2022, then you can always Google when the next new moon in Gemini is, and that should give you a rough estimate on when can you expect your next lover to arrive on the scene. All right, now let's see how can you boost up, or what can you do to get this new love in your life. So the cards that have come out for it are truth, emotional loss, and rest and rejuvenation. So one thing that has to be done, obviously, is to clear out the past. You have to clear out the old to make way for the new, and that is what Spirit is implying over here. If you keep holding on to the hope, basically, of there being a rebirth of the past connection, which very clearly with emotional loss over here was giving you a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and you always felt like something is missing, then that is kind of like, I wouldn't exactly say creating a blockage, but then I think that even if some new person arrives on the scene, you will be too busy wallowing in these past emotions and past hurt to look up and pay attention to them. Which is why it's very important that you do process this grief, you process this hurt, which is why we have the card of healing for you over here as well with rest and rejuvenate. No need to jump back into the dating scene unless and until you feel like you're properly ready now to give a new relationship a chance. But just focus on these two things, on letting the grief come up to the surface and then healing through it, mending your broken heart. But don't cling on to this thing that, maybe the past person is going to have a change of heart and they're going to come back to me. Because you cannot keep clinging on to that past energy if you now want a proper new love to come into your life. Something that does not make you feel this sad. I mean, just look at how this guy is holding his heart, and it's aching with pain. We don't want that for you now. I think you've been through enough, group 1. You know you don't deserve this anymore. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio might be present in your chart or might be present prominently in your new lover's chart. Okay, now let's take a look at one key characteristic of the new person that's going to come into your life. And the card that I got for that was Child Eternal, which says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. This is nice. So One thing that I'm picking up is that this new lover of yours will look younger than their actual age. They will be a child at heart. No matter how old they are, they'll be very deeply connected to their inner child. They would still be into watching their favorite cartoons from back in whenever it is that they were growing up, 80s, 90s, whatever. There's a very strong possibility that you and this individual can have children together in the future, or they might be having a child from some previous relationship. Your natural hair colors might be different. I see that, and especially given the fact that you've been through so much group 1, there is a possibility that at the moment you're just existing, all right, and maybe you've forgotten what it is like to actually live. And I think with the arrival of this fresh energy on the scene, and especially an energy like this, you know how children are, they're so curious, there's so much like bursting with fun. This is such a happy, positive, jovial energy. So when such an energy enters your life, this individual is going to teach you how to live again, firstly. And secondly, they will help you reconnect with your inner child. You're going to have lots of fun with them, for sure. So I think that you can totally go ahead and take as long as you need to fully heal your heart. Take a rest, take a pause from getting back into the dating scene. And you will not regret it with this energy that I'm seeing. It's almost as if this individual will teach you how to live life again. Because I see that right now there is a lot of hopelessness in your energy. And this individual's arrival is just going to wash away all of that. Okay, now let's see, how will your relationship be with this person? Spirit, how will group 1's relationship be with their new lover? So we have the 8 of Pentacles. How will group 1's relationship be with their new lover? We have the 4 of Swords again. How will group 1's relationship be with their new lover? We have the 4 of Pentacles. How will group 1's relationship be with their new lover? And we have Justice. See, you finally get the kind of lover that you deserve, the kind of lover who compliments you in every way, who matches the effort that you put in the connection, something that you know was missing in the last one. The signs that have come out are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra has come out very strongly. Anyway, so this new relationship firstly is going to be very healing. You will feel like you finally have a counterpart in your life, somebody that matches you in every sense. This individual will do complete justice to your efforts, in a sense. Like you won't feel like you're not being seen, like you're not being heard, you're not being recognized, like you're being just like pushed around or getting that doormat treatment or getting breadcrumbs. That is not going to happen. In fact, I think with Justice, and given the kind of energy that this person has, I think that they will help you to realize that this is what relationships are actually supposed to be like, and not that shit in which you were in the past. For a lot of you, there's a strong chance that you might meet this person because of some legal work, or there's also a possibility that you can meet them at work or through work. Not necessarily that you guys work at the same office, can be different offices in the same building or something along those lines, or maybe your boss has asked you to run an errand and in that process you encounter this person, but can be something related to your work, or maybe you guys are in the same field of work. Something like that. This relationship definitely will prove to be very healing for you as well. With the 4 of Swords, I see with the 4 of Pentacles, this person will be very protective of you. In fact, both of you, of course, because we have the scales over here. You both will be very protective towards each other. You both will always take care of each other. And I'm hearing that you both will not hesitate to go to greater lengths to make sure that the other person is feeling at home, feeling at safe, feeling comfortable, and is well settled into the relationship. You both will put in the kind of work that is required to not just get into a relationship, but to also keep it afloat, which is very important. Mostly, people chase after one another, and as soon as you've got someone, you stop putting in the effort, because then you become very relaxed. You're like, oh, now this person is mine. Where are they going to go? And that is when, the point from which everything starts going wrong. Because it's a relationship, it's a connection. Somebody's choosing you over so many others. So how can you stop putting in the kind of love, effort, or dedication which you did in the beginning? You can't just, take someone for granted when the honeymoon phase gets over. That's wrong. And thankfully, I don't see that happening in this relationship. I am sensing with the Four of Pentacles that it can take you some time to fully allow this new person to enter into your life, to fully open up your heart to them. But that is fine. Like I said earlier also, take as much time as you need. When you think you're ready, then and only then should you accept this new energy in your life. But from what I can tell you is that you will not regret it. Okay, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me there or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So for those of you who chose the green stone, first let's see the timing of when this new love is going to arrive in your life. So the card that came out for you was a win-win outcome is forecast. This is interesting, because what this tells me is that you might be feeling that the loss of this past person was the worst thing that could have happened to you, and that nothing will ever be the same again. But actually, even that loss was actually, wow, how many times am I going to say actually? Oh wait, let me gather my thoughts. What this basically means is that what you thought was a loss for you is actually a victory. Something that might make sense to you in retrospect, perhaps not immediately. Immediately, you might not be able to wrap your head around this fact that I'm feeling horrible, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling deserted. How is this a victory? Like I said, it's not going to make sense now. It's later on, perhaps after the arrival of the new lover, when you see that, wait, what? So this is what a love is supposed to feel like? That is when in retrospect you'll be like, oh well, you know what? Good riddance. Thank God I did not stick around for that past person to come back to me. And as far as the timing is concerned, we have full moon in Libra over here, which as far as I know is going to happen actually I believe next month itself, in April 2022. If there are any corrections, I'll let you guys know in the comments, but I think it is in April 2022. So this is exciting. It's almost here. The new love is almost here. Because this is a timeless reading, so if you chance upon this video after April 2022, then you can always Google when the next full moon in Libra is, and that should give you a rough estimate for the timing of arrival. Alright, now let's see what do you need to do on your part to make way for this new love to come into your life. So the cards that I have for you are Authority, Accelerated Motion, and Financial and Material Changes. Okay. So first things first, I am picking up on some residual energy of your past. I think that the person that you guys were with before this might have been a narcissist, might have been one of those ego-driven maniacs, someone who always had this my way, no highway option kind of a mindset. And I think with this energy over here, you guys never really protested, you know. I think that you were holding on to that safety of a familiar connection so tightly that even though you were continuously being wronged, that you were continuously being suppressed, you did not say anything. You were hoping that this person might get a little soft, might have a change of heart, might try to read your eyes perhaps, because you weren't really communicating from your mouth, but that didn't happen. You felt very left out in the cold. But the thing is that even back then, you were the one who had the key to turn things around, and that was to just pick up the key, open the door, and walk the hell out, which I think is what you might have ultimately done, Group 2. A lot of you at least. That is what you guys ultimately did. When you had had enough of this, you decided to walk out. Anyway, so now what Spirit is advising you basically is to take charge of your life. Start taking decisions for yourself. Nobody else should be the boss of you. You should be your own boss. You decide who deserves your time, who deserves your attention, who deserves your energy, and in what amounts. That should also be your decision. If you don't feel like hanging out with someone, you do not owe anybody anything. You can take time out for yourself. There should not be any compulsion, basically. With accelerated motion over here, Spirit is suggesting one thing, of course, from their side, which is that you need to get out of your house. All right. You don't have to go to some far off exotic location on a like full-on holiday with your friends. Can be something as simple as a weekend getaway or a staycation at a hotel, anything. But you just can even be a long drive for all you know. But you just basically need to get out of your house and get going a little bit. You need to stir the energy a little bit. That is one thing. And then another message that I'm picking up over here with financial and material changes is that going forward, make sure, whether it is this next relationship that we're going to be talking about or any other after that, you do not give anybody that much power over yourself that they get to decide how you feel about yourself at any given point in time. Their actions shouldn't determine whether you are feeling happy, whether you are feeling sad, or whether you are feeling like this is the end of the world. No, you shouldn't hand out so much power to anybody. It should remain with you. You need to retain it. So make sure that you keep this key point in mind for all your future relationships. And as far as the present moment is concerned, like I said, get back up on your feet and get going. I think for a lot of you, there's a very strong chance that you might meet this new person while you are traveling. All right. This is going to tell us a key characteristic of your new lover. So the card that came out was Queen, which says, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I think this will be a nice change for you because I feel like before this individual, you guys have only been with people, especially if you're straight females, you've only been with people who exhibited a lot of toxic masculinity. We all know what that is. But now I think you are going to come across this new lover of yours basically is someone whose masculine and feminine energies both are very well balanced. They're not the kind of person who believes in shitty sayings like men don't cry. If they feel like crying, they cry. If they want to express their emotions, they do that. If they watch rom-coms with you, when you cry at the happy ending, they will cry too. In fact, they might cry more than you. And you will like it. You won't feel creeped out by it. You won't feel weirded out. You won't feel like, well, this isn't how men are supposed to behave. You'll be happy. You'll be happy that you finally are sitting next to someone who isn't afraid of being themselves. And I think that'll be a very refreshing change for you. Because for a lot of you, I'm also picking up this energy that the people you've dated up till now were very, how do I say this? Busy living a false image or like holding on to that image and doing whatever they had to keep up that public persona or something along those lines. But this individual, the new person that's going to come into your life, they're unabashedly themselves. They don't care whether people judge them. They might be the kind of person who likes to wear jewelry with their outfits. So what? Who decided that jewelry is something that only women can wear, right? I like this energy. They'll also be very, very good to look at, by the way. Also, I think that this individual is going to make you feel very loved because they know all the right ways to do it. Not just like physical touch-wise, but also using their words, using little gestures. Okay, now let's see how will your relationship with this person be. Spirit, how will Group 2's relationship with their new lover be? We have the 8 of Cups. How will Group 2's relationship with their new lover be? We have the 10 of Swords. How will Group 2's relationship with their new lover be? We have the 9 of Wands. How will Group 2's relationship with their new lover be? And we have the Page of Swords. So definitely this is going to be a very refreshing break in terms of the kind of people you've been with so far. I see with this new relationship and the 10 of Swords being present over here, this relationship will mark the end of, I think, a series of disappointments that you've been facing in your love life. I think person after person, you've just been getting hurt and getting disappointed or cheated upon or whatever it might be. Finally, with this person, the cycle of getting hurt comes to an end, as is indicated with the Ten of Swords. So that is good. I see also over here with the Nine of Wands that this relationship is going to teach you how to take a stand for yourself, how to fight for yourself. Now, this does not mean that you and this individual are always going to keep on fighting. No, this person is going to be your biggest cheerleader. They're going to hype you up like no other, better than even your girlfriends perhaps. Each time you get into a conflict with someone, whether it is at your workplace, some friend of yours, a public place, whatever it is, maybe in the past when you were with such narcissistic people, like I saw over here, you had trouble expressing yourself verbally. That's not going to happen with this individual. With the Nine of Wands and Page of Swords, this person's going to hype you up. Yeah, come on, say it, go, say it. Take a stand, do whatever you have to make things right. Do it. I'm right behind you. I'm with you, I'm beside you. You like that. They will help you regain your confidence. They will help you move on from a very tarnished self-image, in fact, that you might be having. It often happens in relationships such as the one that you had in the past, that people often start blaming themselves. You know, I wish I had taken a stand earlier. I wish I'd raised my voice earlier. It's okay. It's been done. This person will help you move on from any limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. I think this individual is going to take you far, far away from this very bad, toxic, lower vibrational, rotten love life that you had so far, towards a better, brighter, brand new, refreshingly different future. It's very exciting. You guys also might meet them online for some of you, like online dating or something like that. The signs that have come out are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Aries, Leo, Sag. Does not necessarily have to be the zodiac. Just realize you guys won't be able to see this. All right. So these are all the messages that I have for you. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me there or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Group 3. So for those of you who chose the blue stone, first let's find out, when are you going to meet this new love of yours? And the card that came out for it was Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. Alright, so first things first, thanks to your past relationships, some good, some bad, you now might be having very negative opinions about love. Like, you might be convinced that there is no such thing as true love, or that relationships are equal to disappointments, or that what's the point of putting yourself out there again, you will end up getting hurt. So you see there are a lot of, one, clogged up emotions, and two, lots of fears that you have been holding on to. By the time this new person is coming into your life, if you have some space in between, you should definitely start working on these fears of yours. And as far as the timing is concerned, we have new moon in Scorpio. So the next new moon in Scorpio is going to be in, I believe, October 2022. So if you're watching this reading in March 2022, you know October is not that far away. Anyway, but because this is a timeless reading, so if you find this video, let's say after October or after 2022, you can always Google when the next new moon in Scorpio will be, and that should give you a rough estimate about the time of your person's arrival. Alright, now let's see, meanwhile, what do you need to do to make space for this new love to enter into your life? So the cards that have come out for you are Recognition and Reward, Movement, Choices, Decisions, and Temptation. Okay, so when these cards had come out, I immediately heard don't judge a book by its cover. So group 3, you guys might have had a history of falling for very, very good looking people and then ultimately finding out that they're nothing but total assholes. So this is one lesson that you should keep in mind going forward as well, that don't be too quick to fall for anybody based on merely what they look like, because you never know what lies underneath the appearance, what kind of a person they are. So take your time. Don't jump into a relationship with anyone, no matter how sexy or attractive they might be, or how much they might be trying to sweep you off your feet. Make sure that you know what you're getting into, what kind of a person they are, and then come to a conclusion whether they're actually worth your time and investment of emotions or not. I see that you have had at least one or more than one very troublesome karmic relationship in the past. Thankfully, you're out of that now. But I think after you have moved on with someone new, this karmic or karmics from the past might try to come back to lure you back into their toxic connection. Don't let that happen. Karmics aren't always toxic. I mean, mostly they're here to teach us a lesson. But I think you're wise enough to know when the lesson is over and when it is becoming toxic. So yeah. With recognition and reward and movement, choices, decisions, Spirit also wants you to keep in mind that don't sacrifice your principles or what you believe in just to impress someone, especially if they're good looking. You might have seen this in a lot of rom-coms that the girl, she tries to completely change herself because she's trying to win the heart of some very good looking guy. And then ultimately by the end of the movie, she's like, no, but this isn't who I am. So she calls it quits. We don't want you to waste your time like that now, do we? So before going through all this trouble, it's always very important that you take the time to figure out whether this person is even like resonating with you or not. If they're slightly different from you, that's fine. But if what you believe in, what your principles are, and theirs are polar opposites, and they expect you to somehow change yourself for them, don't do that. Even if they don't ask you to change yourself for them, but you are starting to get this feeling that if I don't change myself, they might not like me back, that's the red flag. That is your cue to leave. With movement, choices, decisions, it is possible that you might be having a lot of options right now. I'm not here to tell you which one interests you and which one doesn't. Of course, you know that. But basically, just because you are out of one connection doesn't mean you go and jump into another one. All right. This over here is going to be a key characteristic of your new lover. And the card that has come out is Mentor, which says, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. There might be some age difference between you and this new lover of yours. For some of you, this age difference will be very significant. For others of you, it can be a few months. But there is a possibility that this new lover will be older than you. Your natural hair colors might be very different, and you guys might even belong to different countries or different cultures. There's a lot that you will get to learn from this person, though. They are an old soul, and I don't think you are. There's very naive and innocent vibe to you, like you're just trying to find your way through the world, through this process of trials and errors. I think finally you'll meet someone who, I'm not saying that they'll take your hand and walk you through it. No, I mean, it is your journey at the end of the day. But sometimes it is nice to have someone whom we respect, whose way of thinking is similar to ours, and whose advice we can take in making important decisions. I think this person is also going to teach you how to do all of that on your own, but they will, of course, have their inputs if at any time you might need them. I think there is also at least one thing, might be a talent, some art, or a subject that they might teach you. For a lot of you, this might be some, let's say, professor of yours in school, and you guys get into a relationship. All right, now let's see, how will your relationship with this person be? Spirit, how will Group 3's relationship with their new lover be? We have the 5 of Cups, How will group 3's relationship with their new lover be? Page of Pentacles. How will group 3's relationship with their new lover be? Nine of Pentacles. How will group 3's relationship with their new lover be? Wow, we have the Sun. This is really nice. So, in a sense, you can see you can see yourself coming out of such a dark space into, the Sun's energy. It's fantastic. All right, so group 3, your relationship with this person, firstly, will teach you independence. And I think that is really nice, something that a lot of relationships lack, because there is a lot of codependency. That is something which will not be there in this new relationship of yours. You are together, but you are two people who are choosing to be together. That does not mean that one gets to control the other in any manner. And this person, considering the fact that they are so knowledgeable and wise and mature, they will help you to understand the difference between a relationship, an actual, proper, authentic relationship, and codependency, which maybe you have been experiencing so far. So that is a good, refreshing change. With the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, this individual in this relationship, they're also going to teach you the art of contentment. All right. Before meeting this person, maybe up until now also, you have a very flighty energy to you. You don't easily, you have what you might say, like a restless soul perhaps. You're always looking for happiness outside of the present moment, which is why you find it very difficult to, it's very difficult for you to find it. In this relationship, firstly, you'll always be living in the moment with this person, and they'll teach you how to be happy with whatever it is that you have, whether it is money, the things at home, the kind of job you have, the kind of friends you have. They'll teach you what it is like to be happy, to radiate that happiness. They will teach you that happiness lies within. You don't have to go looking for it outside of you. It does not exist anywhere outside of you. You can create it. This person will make you very, very happy, group 3. No doubt about it, with the energy of the Sun. And the Sun is considered to be the most positive card in the deck. And it having come out for you, it's a very good omen. I think everything that you have been looking for in a relationship, the kind of partner that you want, the kind of relationship that you've always dreamt of, it's all going to happen. There's a very carefree vibe to this as well. They don't owe you anything, you don't owe them anything. There isn't that energy of I don't trust you, whom are you going out with, why are you wearing this, what are your passwords, things like that. Those toxic traits which you have so far encountered, none of that bullshit in this relationship. You are free to be yourself. Go out, do whatever you want to, wear whatever you want to. No restrictions. Neither will they impose any restrictions on you, nor will you impose any restrictions on them. In fact, this might be one of those beautiful relationships where two people can sit in a room silently together. One is reading a book, one is, doing something else. There is no compulsion to always keep talking with each other. Just each other's company is fine. It's good enough. That is contentment. In the moment you are with someone in the same room, they're close to you, not talking to you, doing their own thing, you're doing their own thing, but you both are happy. The signs that have come out are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Leo. So these might be present in your chart or the chart of this new person. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 3. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings and message me there, or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.